Welcome to 3D Amazon FBA. Today I want to talk to you guys about suspensions and keeping proper receipts. So I did get my account suspended a year ago in October. So what happened is I got really complacent. I'd been selling Amazon for almost a year at that point, and I just had some stuff I just wanted to get rid of around the house. And I went from a 4-bedroom house and I downsized to a 2-bedroom apartment to save money, because I want to buy a house when I'm eligible in 2 years, because you got to have 3 years tax returns before they'll talk to you as far as getting a home loan. So I just sent in some stuff to downsize, and it was board games is what I was sending in. So I sent in a bunch of board games, didn't think nothing of it, because, again, I've never had any issues, never had any complaints in a full year on Amazon. So a company called Awesome OD, and I didn't know, but they're prone to get people suspended for what they claimed it was an intellectual property complaint, but they said it was a counterfeit game. So I didn't have a receipt handy because it was something I had bought for myself that I just wasn't going to ever open or play, at least not for many, many years. So I didn't have the receipt. So I got suspended, and Amazon will send you a letter, or, they said they'll basically try to stay out of it and say, okay, you need to contact this person over at Awesome OD, and you need to work it out with them, basically. So I emailed her, and she says that she won't drop the complaint until I come with the receipt. So I thought really hard on it, and I was like, where in the heck did I buy this game, so I could try to research the receipt. And I was pretty sure I bought the game at Target, because Target will do buy two, get one free on games, video games, every once in a while. They do it mainly during Q4. And I was like, I know I bought it at Target. I know I bought it on Target. So Target can get you a receipt going a year back. So I kept calling Target, and I went through all my credit card statements. I went through my bank statements, and I was having them pull up transactions. And people that I kept talking to says, "Oh, I can't find that transaction. I can't find that transaction." I was like, I know I bought it there, and I know, because I don't buy a lot from Target. And I was like, I know this has to be it. So after, I'd say, at least 3 to 4 weeks, I finally found someone through Target competent enough to get me the receipt. So I get the receipt, I send it over to the lady from Awesome OD, and she then, okay, I know your game wasn't a counterfeit. So she dropped the complaint on me, and then within 24 hours I was back up and running with Amazon. So since then, you don't send nothing in that you don't have an invoice for or a receipt. Even if it's a retail receipt, you need to make sure you keep every single receipt you use for any product you purchase. And I ran into a problem last week. So I got some good deal on some hair bows, and I was going to make $5 on a $3 clearance purchase from and I bought it from TJ Maxx. So I got a counterfeit complaint from somebody that claimed to be from, I think the company's called Her Accessories, capital H-E-R, but they had a Gmail email account. I'm thinking, and so I go and I look at the product, and everybody was kicked off that listing but one person. And it's extremely rare, but I've heard of other sellers filing false copyright complaints because they just want to hijack the listing for themselves. I've been selling for almost 2 years, and this is the first time it's happened to me, and I sell 1,800 items a month. So it's extremely rare that this happens. So I use Inventory Lab. In Inventory Lab, you put where you bought it from and all this stuff. So all my information's there. So I knew I bought it from Marshall's. So then what I did is I went to go look up when did I ship it out. and I had shipped it out the 15th of August. So I don't have the best bookkeeping. It's something I probably should do better. But what I do is I get my receipts for a shipment. So this is all the receipts I have for a shipment I sent out last week. You know, put it in an envelope or something like that and just mark like August 15th shipment. So that way you know all of your receipts go to that shipment. So I went through, I found that Marshall's receipt, and Marshall's, their receipts are actually kind of generic. So for this product, I think it just said kids accessory, and it had the dollar amount on the side. So it doesn't even specify exactly what it is. So what I did is, just in case it was the company that filed the copyright, I sent an email over to that company, and I sent them the invoice, and and I sent it over to them. And I figured I was going to get ignored. I'm fairly positive it was just another seller just trying to hijack the listing. So the same thing, I sent that same invoice over to Amazon. And I wrote a letter, you know, in my email. I said, you know, this is a false copyright infringement claim. I bought this product from Marshall's. It's line item, I think it was line item 7. And what you do is you circle you know, you get like a blank piece of paper with your receipt, and you circle the item that on the receipt, and off to the side you'll write the ASIN, so that way they know exactly what it is you're talking about. So in my letter, you know, I wrote, you know, ASIN blah 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 is line item 7, you know, and then I circled it, and I wrote off to the side the ASIN, so seller, or not Seller Central, but the dispute people that see your response understand what it is that you're showing them. So I sent that email over, and it actually did take a few days. So I sent it over, and I used something called MailTrax. It's a free copyright, or not, I mean, email, where it shows you someone opened your email. It's a free Chrome extension that will email you to let you know someone opened an email you sent. So at midnight, I think 3-4 days ago, they had opened the email. And I was a little worried. I was like, okay, they opened it. I didn't get a response. And I also know you don't want to nag Amazon. You know, send the email, wait for a response. They don't suspend you right off the bat. They suspend you whenever the person filing the claim escalates it. And, you know, that didn't happen. And Amazon still will let you know that it's getting to that point. At least in my experience. You know, when I got suspended, it was like a 2-week thing, and I was trying to find the receipt and everything. So I had like 2 weeks before I even got suspended, before they suspended me. So I knew I had some time, and I was just kind of waiting for a response. And it was nerve-wracking waiting 4 to 5 days. I continued doing business like usual. Like you can see on my shelf, I've got tons of stuff over there. I've got like 240 items sitting on my shelves in the floor. So anyways, so I keep operating because you still need product going in. I was confident, you know, based off my own past experience, that I wasn't going to get suspended because I didn't do nothing wrong. So this morning, about 30 minutes ago, I got an email from Amazon saying, you know, I can sell on that listing again, and the complaint is removed from my account. So the moral of the story is, you know, eventually you might get some jerk just trying to get you suspended to get you off the listing. There are companies you just don't want to deal with because they just don't want people selling their stuff online, or they're real protective of the intellectual properties, and they will file complaints on you. You only get suspended if you don't have invoices and receipts, unless you really screw up, you know. So, but if you have proper accounting, and you have all your receipts and your invoices, 9 times out of 10 you're probably going to be cleared unless you really screw up. So if you guys have any stories or any comments, have any questions, feel free to leave some below. If you guys can like and subscribe to my channel, it really helped me out. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you for watching.